So you've been working so hard over the last few months, you've smashed all of your targets, and you're so excited when your boss tells you you're getting a promotion. Congratulations. And then they tell you that with that promotion comes either a very small or even no pay rise. No. So if it's your first time here, hi, I'm Eva Evangelou, career coach and customer success director, and I'm passionate about helping people find meaningful careers, but also being appropriately rewarded for the hard work that they do. And I've actually been in the same situation twice. One where I was given lots of additional responsibility, a promotion, and no pay rise, and another situation where the pay rise was quite small and I feel that it didn't reflect the value that I was adding. So what most people do in this situation is nothing. They just let it sit there, and what this ends up doing is just like festering and making people resentful about the work that they have. If this has happened to you, you're probably feeling a bit resentful, thinking, why did they not pay me what I actually deserve? And even though you're happy with the promotion, you really wanted to see that reflected in your salary. And this leads some people to going and searching for a new role, and generally not being as motivated at work. But there is another option. A lot of the times people don't want to approach this conversation because it can be a little bit awkward at work, or you're worried that they might think you're not actually worth it. You might question your own value and actually think, am I good enough? So the first thing to think about is around combating this fear. And it's actually acknowledging that you must be good enough because they're already giving you a promotion. They're already recognizing all of the hard work that you've done, and you're in a very good position now to negotiate your salary because they already think you're doing an awesome job. And across the course of your career, not negotiating your salary will cost you tens of thousands of pounds, so you want to take advantage of these good opportunities. Now, I'm not saying that this will immediately mean that as soon as you ask for it, they're going to give you all of the money you want. Because realistically, a lot of businesses have set times of the year where they assess salaries and they review salaries. They may have to request them. It goes through this whole process. So you want to make sure you have the conversation now, even if it doesn't mean you get the pay rise straight away, but it means that you will be in the running the next time they are thinking about it and considering it. So how do you have that conversation really well, avoiding all of the awkwardness and not damaging the relationship that you have with your manager, because maybe you get on really well and you don't want to have this kind of difficult conversation? Don't forget to psych yourself up with a 10-second dance break. I'm going to give you a line-by-line script that you can follow so you can avoid all of this awkwardness but still get your point across. Now, I've had this conversation twice and I'll tell you the result of each of this conversation at the end. So what you want to start by doing is, number one, show that you are grateful. Say thank you. I'm so happy that you have acknowledged all of my achievements and all of the hard work that I've been putting in. The next thing you want to show is that you're excited to take on the role. Say, I'm really excited to take on the new challenge of this new role. I think these new responsibilities are going to be great for my career growth. However, step 3, and this is where you set your boundary. However, I feel that the reviewed salary that you'd offered, or the fact that there isn't a salary increase, doesn't match the value that I've been adding to the business and doesn't reflect the hard work that I've been doing. Step 4, you might want to back that up with some industry research and market research. This is optional, but you'll want to understand what's out there in the market. If you know roles from similar competitors, if you know you're underpaid in your role for a similar company of a similar size, if you can get that data and it's accurate, then you'll want to use it. You should say, the salaries in the market are actually at this rate. And then number 5, you want to give them the number. I would like to see my salary at this point. Now, that could be 2, 3, 5% higher than what your salary is right now. And you might want to go a little bit higher than what you're willing to accept and what you'll actually be happy with, so that you have some room to meet in the middle. So you tell them the number that you want to be at, and then you make it a cooperation to coming to the best deal. So what you want to say for that is, How can we work together to get closer to that number? Or could we meet somewhere in the middle? Now you're making it a plan that you can work towards with your manager. This is not an argument, this is a negotiation, but it's to find something that works really well for you and works really well for the business. So you ask them, how can we work towards that? Now, be prepared. They will likely have a lot of objections. For example, if you've said that, this is the rate in the market, they could disagree with that. So you want to make sure you get your facts right. This happened to me the first time I said, this is the standard salary in London for an account manager. And they laughed because they said, well, where did you get that number? So they didn't agree with my facts. So you want to make sure those numbers are right if you're going to use them. But you don't even need to use a salary outside your business in order to do that. You should also be prepared that they're going to say, look, we have done the reviews for this year, and the next time we review salary will be 6 months or will be in a year's time. And this is actually what happened to me when I was given a promotion, lots of additional responsibility, but there was an additional budget to be added to that role right now. So what I said was, well, can we then work towards a plan for how I can get towards that number in the next 6 to 12 months? Do you see that as being a feasible goal? And what would I need to achieve in order to get there? And once you've done that, and once they've agreed to the points, you want to get it in writing. And if they don't send you an email that has that in writing, you send a follow-up email and you say, as we discussed today, these are the key areas that you wanted me to improve. We want to work towards this salary in 6 to 12 months. Was there anything else that you wanted to add to this? Let me know and I will start to work on this right away. But you don't want to just let that conversation pass you by, especially if you're feeling that it's affecting your motivation and it's going to affect the good work that you're already doing. So be prepared. They may have some objections, but the fact that you've brought that conversation up gives you a much better opportunity of increasing your salary along the way. And it also helps this mismatch because your boss might think, oh, you're perfectly happy, but you're secretly seething inside. So you want to bring those two closer together. I hope you find this helpful, and I encourage you, go and have that conversation with your boss. Let me know how it goes in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, I've got new career videos every Friday, so subscribe and hit the bell to make sure that you are the first one that's notified. Have a great week and good luck.